Most people didn't expect Harley to seriously touch the small displacement space, and honestly, neither did I. A 250 with a Harley badge sounds almost contradictory at first, right? When I first started looking into the upcoming CRT 250 concept, what surprised me was how intentional it feels. Not like a cheap entry model, but more like a gateway into the brand's riding culture. I compared it mentally with beginner bikes people usually buy, and I noticed something interesting. Most starter motorcycles feel temporary, like something you'll sell in a year. This one might actually stick around longer. The biggest misconception people already have is that smaller Harleys will automatically be overpriced or underpowered toys, but most riders miss that smaller bikes today are about accessibility, not compromise. If Harley prices this smartly, new riders get brand entry and experienced riders get a lightweight city machine. That's actually practical, especially if your daily riding involves traffic instead of highways. Another thing I keep thinking about is weight. Heavy cruisers are fun on open roads, but in cities, they can become exhausting. A lighter CRT 250 suddenly makes Harley usable in places it wasn't before. I've ridden heavy bikes in dense traffic, and honestly, after an hour, you're tired. A 250 that carries Harley styling but feels nimble could change daily riding habits for a lot of people. But here's where doubt comes in. Harley fans love torque and sound. A small single or twin-cylinder engine won't deliver that same rumble. Some loyal riders may struggle with that transition. Still, practical takeaway, not every Harley needs to be a highway monster. Sometimes a bike that gets you riding more often is more valuable than one you only use occasionally. Design is where things get interesting. From what I've seen in concept directions, Harley seems to be aiming for a flat track-inspired style, not just shrinking a cruiser. That changes the vibe completely. Flat track styling feels sporty, raw, and urban-friendly. I personally think younger riders connect with that more than classic chrome-heavy cruisers. It feels modern without losing attitude. A mistake many riders make is chasing engine size first instead of riding experience. Bigger isn't always better if you're nervous, uncomfortable, or avoiding riding because the bike feels intimidating. A smaller bike you ride daily builds skill faster. Confidence grows quicker, and once you master riding, upgrading later feels natural instead of forced. Another comparison I kept making was against Japanese 250s and entry-level European bikes. They're good, reliable, but often emotionally neutral. Harley has a chance to add personality here. And personality matters. Riders bond with machines that feel alive, not just functional. If CRT 250 carries even a small piece of Harley character, that alone gives it an edge. But practicality matters too. Fuel efficiency, maintenance costs, insurance, these things actually decide whether someone rides often or parks the bike most of the time. A lightweight Harley that's affordable to run could quietly bring many riders back onto two wheels who left because bigger bikes became expensive hobbies instead of daily tools. Here's another misconception. Some people think beginner bikes are only for beginners. I disagree. A fun small bike can be a second motorcycle for experienced riders who want something playful. I personally miss having lightweight bikes sometimes. Big bikes are impressive, but smaller ones remind you why riding is fun in the first place. Less stress, more freedom. One practical takeaway here is skill development. A lighter motorcycle allows riders to practice braking, cornering, and control without fear. That confidence carries over when upgrading later. What also surprised me is timing. Harley seems to understand that younger riders want mobility options, not just weekend toys. A versatile, affordable bike meets that mindset better than giant cruisers. But Harley must avoid one trap, making the bike feel like a compromise product. Riders can sense when something exists only to hit a price point rather than deliver genuine experience. Another interesting angle is customization. Harley culture thrives on personalization. If CRT 250 offers easy mod options, it could attract riders who love building their own style. Practical advice? If this bike launches well, early buyers should look at accessories and aftermarket parts. Small changes can make entry bikes feel premium and personal without huge spending. I also wonder how experienced Harley riders will react. Some may laugh at a 250, but others might secretly enjoy having something easy and fun for short rides. Because let's be honest, not every ride needs to be epic. Sometimes you just want coffee across town without wrestling a heavy machine through traffic and parking struggles. The real success of the CRT 250 won't be horsepower numbers. It'll be measured by how many new riders join the Harley community and how many current riders rediscover casual riding. And personally, I think Harley taking this step shows something important. Even legendary brands must evolve if they want future riders to stay interested. If this bike feels authentic, affordable, and fun, it could quietly become one of Harley's smartest moves, even if traditionalists debate it endlessly. And my honest feeling, if a motorcycle makes more people ride more often, it deserves respect, regardless of engine size or badge expectations.